What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys. Today I have a review of the Transformers CYBERWORLD Grimlock CHOMP and Battle figure. That's right, my zillions. It's more than meets the eye, and it changes to Dino in 4 steps. Changes to Dino. I like how that's done here. The little Dino head. Grimlock head. Grimlock art, which actually looks really nice, but I don't think this is gonna look like that. However, I think this is pretty cool, and what this is a brand new line from Transformers, possibly coming out of Cyberverse. I don't even know, honestly. It's CYBERWORLD, though, and we got some cool, interesting characters coming from it, including Galvatron, of course, Bumblebee, an interesting looking Dinobot Snarl, and an awesome looking Skybite. That's a shark car. That is so like awesome, like old school Hot Wheels looking thing. Yeah, that is very, very cool, and I might get that Skybite. However, this is a very interesting line because what we got here is a Grimlock that, besides being a very interesting, awesome looking robot Grimlock, not so much a dinosaur Grimlock that looks so good. It kind of comes apart a bit, you know, and you could use the parts to do different things for the characters, including riding it, including, you know, using it as like a gun-like thing, I don't know. And most importantly, using it as like a mech suit. And that is so awesome. And that's what I'm going for. An Optimus and Grimlock combo. Now, the Optimus doesn't look like it's coming out for a little while, but we do have the Grimlock to kick things off. So without any further ado, let's just get to this review. And here's Grimlock out of the package, and I love this thing. It's pretty awesome. I mean, it's got a little bit of nicks here that I do want to fix with some gold, but nice gold. Nice gold at the chest. With the Autobot symbol in the middle. I really like that. And the red down here. That's pretty good. You know, it's a good start there. You know, there's not a ton of paint on this. It's a kid's toy, whatever, but all that is appreciated. Not bad at all, and I do like the sculpt work. And I gotta say, the sculpt work for the legs is really, really nice, too. You get the gold at the toes, you know, which looks very good. I do dig that. You do got hollow bits. I mean, again, kid's toy, it's gonna happen. Granted, I mean, we even saw a kid, you know, hollow in the Takara Wild King, so you know it's bound to happen. A lot of screw holes in the back too, but you know, a lot of nice sculpt here throughout. And then, you know, unique to this Grimlock, he has a gun arm and you know, a Grimlock Dino head arm, which is both very like Megatron-ish, you know, in some way or form, you know, whether it's Beast Wars or regular. And I do think it's interesting that, you know, the Grimlock body is being used with a Megatron head for the Godzilla Synergex crossover. But, you know, it's kind of cool. I like it. You know, you got red eye there. You do have just Grimlock legs hanging out up here, but it's not so bothersome, honestly. And this, you know, Gatling gun is pretty cool, and you can use it like so. Just press this button here. I guess it gets a little stuck. But yeah, a little Gatling gun action, which is fun. Not bad at all. And then you got a pretty decent Grimlock head. I do dig it, you know, nice matte red eyes. It looks pretty good. There's no articulation in this head unless you want to do that, but that's fine. You do have, you know, not really articulation at the waist, because it's kind of like a snapback thing, but you do have it on the shoulders, like so. This can rotate there. This can go up and down here, rotate there, you know. So, and the Grimlock arm does open just like so. Then the legs, kick forward, goes back, goes outwards about that much. There is knee bend, which is nice. And then the ankles don't really do anything. So, you know, I mean, it's pretty basic and gimmicky. And for your size comparisons in this mode, here's Grimlock with 2 other Grimlocks in robot mode, including the EX Goken, which is always in this mode. And I think this was like an Authentics Grimlock. I don't know. That's what I had in this mode. And then one other size comparison I wanted to show is with the Wild King Optimus here with Light Long, because they're like 2 new kids lines, one in Japan and one in the US. So, you know, I mean, this has a lot more going on, of course, but as you're about to see, this Grimlock has a bit going on as well. About the same plastic quality wise. Maybe this one is a little bit more closer to like Generations. This one's a little bit more hollow, but there's a lot of plastic going on there. So if you wanted to know that, there you have it. But with that all said, there's only one thing left to do, and that's, you know, we're just going to transform right here. There's not much to it. You just push in the head, you turn this guy around, and then these arms come out, and they do this. And this tail kind of does that. I'm going to bring these forward and click these back. And that's it. That is our Grimlock in, you know, Dino mode. It's not much. It's not much to look at. But now we could, you know, we have arms to look at. And they do move. That's like the only other articulation you're getting, you know, otherwise. So, you got little arms. And they look okay. And again, you can open up his mouth just by doing that. And the tail is going to still do that. These end up being more like ribs here. It's okay. It's just okay. You know, I don't know. It's not great. But it's okay. If you dig Grimlock, I mean, I think it's more for the other mode and other modes, because this guy does a bunch of different things, but this is just okay. And here it is with the comic edition Grimlock. This is more like G1-ish than this. This is more like War for Cybertron-ish. So, additionally, you could do a bunch of different things. Like we said, this comes up, and this comes out, and then you could stick a rider on him, should you wish. Here's a Devastation Optimus, you know, because we don't have any of the other CyberWorld ones yet. We will have Optimus, and this would stick in the back of, you know, whoever is going to ride Grimlock. So I'm guessing the figures will have it. I don't know the exact sizing, but I feel like that's decent enough, you know, for now, right? We could also pull off Grimlock's head, and then take off this part here, and then move this here, so it's like that. And we're going to take off this part as well. I believe we're just taking off, no, I think we take off the whole thing, right? Yeah. And we could stick this here, and then we could have a dude sitting on here, like a little gunship. Maybe even a smaller guy. And I have a feeling they're going to be smaller than even that Optimus. Maybe like, you know, Gear's size here. That looks pretty cool, right? I don't mind that. Little kind of little ship, gunship. Pretty neat. Another option. Then getting it back into robot mode, mostly left off this piece. What we could do here is we're going to open this part up, like so, lift this up. I'm going to put the Grimlock head up on this post here, and then, again, you can have a dude sitting in there. And this is like the mech armor bit, you know, where the character's kind of sitting in there. It's kind of cool. I think it'll probably look better with, you know, whatever Optimus, you know, looks like in the new one, in the CyberWorld. version, but that's not terrible. You know, I don't know if I like this, just hanging out like that. I don't know if we actually need this part. You know, I'd rather just, like, have it like that, personally. But we'll see when we get the other Optimus, you know? For specifically for this, see how it looks. Here's Gears again, to show you another character sitting in there. It's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, I'm thinking I like having the full head here instead on top. It kind of looks cool on top, but it kind of doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And just to show it before we get to final thoughts a little closer up, there's a lot of sculpt work in here, which is actually really, really neat. Not that much really in here, but over here, yeah, that's some pretty decent sculpt work. And my final thoughts, I really like this. I think it's really nice. It's a really cool Grimlock. You know, I love that both his heads are exposed. You know, it just looks cool, and I love the Gatling gun. I don't know, it's really, really nice. I didn't know I was gonna like the robot mode this much. I think it's really, really cool. You know, like, it has no business going this hard for a kid's toy, but it does. It's really, really nice. Out of all the other modes, I do think the mech suit version is probably the best, but I'll reserve complete judgment on that because I want to see it with one of their own figures in here. Like the other figures I showed in there, not quite perfect, but you know, maybe with its own Optimus or another character, it might look really good. Optimus is the one I'm getting. I'm getting Optimus, I'm getting Grimlock. Might get Skybite, like I said, at the top, but, you know, like, for now, it's going to be Optimus that I do get. But it says it's not going to be available till July, so I don't know if that'll change or not. We might have a while before we get to it, but for now, this was a good start, and I do really like it. So there you have it, guys. That is my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go and sub yourself for daily content, and let me help you diversify your collection. Until next time, peace out, peace.